Welcome back, guys, to the Max Out Show. So today, let's discuss developing a relentless success focus in your life. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're any kind of performer in life, if you're an athlete standing on the field, if you're a student about to go into the exam, if you're a business leader about to give this important presentation, if you're a mom about to, really have this impactful conversation with your kids, if you're any kind of performer in life, you're trying to get the best out of you. So you're essentially trying to squeeze the juice out of your potential in the moments that matter most to you. Well, what I'm trying to suggest to you is that there's certain thoughts in that moment that are going to be detrimental to you. They're going to hold you back from performing at your best. And there's going to be performance enhancing thoughts, emotions, belief, and behaviors. And what you want to do, the job of you and I as performers in life, is to learn to relentlessly focus our mind on success, meaning on things that will bring us closer to success rather than things that will bring us closer to failure. And the truth is, it's so easy, isn't it, to focus on debilitating thoughts. It's so easy if you're an athlete, for example, to focus on the pain when you're in the middle of the marathon. It's easy to focus on, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. The other guys are so much faster, so much stronger, so much smarter, right? They're so much better than me. It's so easy to get lost in, if you're, playing tennis, for example, right? The last serve of like, oh my God, the last serve, I just didn't perform well. And you get stuck and you get angry at that and you get frustrated, right? In tennis, you see so many people, smashing their rackets and all that stuff. It's crazy, right? But all of this stuff, what I'm trying to suggest to you here is focusing on these negative cues, these negative things, these negative events that maybe happened in the past. It does not serve you. And focusing on what doesn't serve you is simply a sign of mental weakness. All it means is you're not in control of your thinking. Because if you were, you wouldn't be thinking about the things that actually lead you away from performing at your best. Why? Because our job as performers is only one thing, which is perform at our best. Not perform better than other people necessarily, but perform at our best, meaning to actualize our fullest potential. If your ultimate potential is up here, what you want to do is actually reach that. You want to actually get there. But what most of us do is our potential is here and we play somewhere down here, right? Maybe a little up here, but we're always far away from where we're truly able to go because we're not actively managing our mind, because we're not deliberately creating and developing and activating this relentless success focus that allows us to truly make the most out of our potential. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So the first key idea here I want to suggest to you is to only do, think, and believe that which moves you towards your goal. Everything else is useless. Everything else is detrimental. Everything else actually holds you back from being the person you want to be, from showing up in the way that you want to show up. So you want to get very clear, first of all, on what are the thoughts, what are the emotions, what are the beliefs, and what are the actions that don't serve me. Meaning, what's holding me back right now? Are you focused on the pain of being in the middle of the race? Are you focused on your anxiety and that really makes you even more anxious? Are you focused on other people and the competition around you, how strong they are, how smart they are? Are you focused on external events that you can't control, right? The bad weather, right? It's there, yes, of course, but how are you going to deal with it? That's more important, right? Are you going to focus on, the past, what happened on the last serve? Are you going to focus on, if you're going to win or if you're going to lose? Are you focusing on completely different things in your life, right? You think about the date you're going to have later that day. Are you going to focus on what you're going to have for lunch? All of this stuff, right? You can focus on all of these things, but none of them will actually help you perform at your best when it matters most. So we want to first of all get clear on what exactly are these thoughts and beliefs and all actions that are holding you back, right? Are you doing certain things that aren't really in line with who you want to be, right? Then secondly, what you want to ask yourself is, well, what are the performance enhancing thoughts and cues and behaviors and routines that would actually lead me towards success, right? What I can focus on basically, right? Is it the present moment, for example? Just fully being there, engaged in the present moment. This is a powerful one, right? Am I focused on positive affirmations, right? Am I focused on saying to myself, well, I'm strong, I'm present, I'm excited, I'm energetic, I'm confident, I'm certain. Whatever it is for you specifically. I'm a great striker, right? I'm fastest runner, I'm the strongest on the hills. Whatever it is for you, right? Are you focused on these performance enhancing cues and affirmations? Maybe asking yourself questions of, why am I strong today? What were my best shots already in this game, right? Why am I better than this guy right now here, right? Are you focused on things that are actually leading you more towards your success? And so what I'm going to suggest to you is really that your job as a performer is to deliberately focus your mind over and over and over again on performance enhancing cues, on creating this deliberate and relentless success focus that only asks, what is useful right now? What's the next step? What's the next thing that I can focus on right now that's going to get me a little bit closer to where I want to be? If you're running a marathon, for example, thinking about the pain in the moment is probably not going to be very useful. Yes, you need it for pacing and stuff, of course, for strategy. But other than that, really going into the pain and feeling like, focusing on like how your legs are cramping up, it's probably not going to be very useful for your ability to run fast and successfully execute against your goal. So what you might want to focus on is your breathing. What you might want to focus on is just, being present, focusing, one step at a time, right? Just going, sometimes I break it down like 100-meter intervals, right? It's like, hey, until the next tree, right? Or like the next little benchmark. That's what I'm going to focus on when I'm so much in the pain, right? You might want to focus on successfully executing your form, right? That's something that's going to make you better. If you just focus on your arm swing, really moving your legs, really pushing back, if you focus on these things, well, that's a relentless success focus. And so you really want to get clear on these things and then train your mind as a third step over and over and over again to focus on what matters, to focus on what moves you ahead. And so this, of course, takes practice and it takes time because it takes, first of all, this awareness of what's holding me back, what do I need to think about, and you need to check in with yourself over and over and over again in these moments of performance and ask yourself, well, is right now what I'm focusing on, is that actually helpful or is it detrimental to me? And anytime that you realize it's detrimental, now it's time to go back to a list of things that you wrote down that are actually helping you achieve the level of performance. Now, of course, over time, what you realize is that it becomes more automatic for you to directly and deliberately focus again and again and again on the stuff that's actually going to move you forward towards your goals. And as you'll find then, is your performance will really significantly go up. You'll be much more consistent in your ability to produce world-class results. Because when your potential is here, you're not going to be operating down here anymore, because now you're deliberately getting rid of all the building thoughts and beliefs and emotions and behaviors, and instead you're going to be performing much higher to your ultimate potential. And that's my goal with the show for you, to make this the best training in the world for you, to help you really actualize on your potential, meaning to take the talents, the skills, the abilities that you have and perform them to your utmost of your ability. So with that being said, guys, have an awesome day and see you tomorrow.